Today we'll be demonstrating our 5-inch 3-point PTO chipper. The recommended PTO horsepower for this chipper is 25 to 45. Today we'll be running it on a tractor with 21 PTO horsepower, so I'm very curious to see how it'll handle the work. This PTO chipper has a Category 1 3-point mount and runs on 540 input speed. This chipper is largely constructed of 1/4-inch plate steel, so it's very strong and robust. The flywheel is 140 pounds, it's factory balanced, and has a diameter of 20 inches. It's supported on either end by greasable bearings. The flywheel has 4 reversible cutting edges. They're easily sharpened if they wear down. The inlet chute on this chipper is 5.5 inches by 7. That gives you a nice capacity to run smaller branches and limbs through it. The chute is easily adjustable for angle. It has 360 degrees of rotation, and this pin here is what's used to lock it in place. It also has a flipper on the end that you can adjust if you want to blow the chips further away or closer to the machine in a tighter pile. Maintenance of the wheel is very simple. You simply remove this bolt that holds the top of the wheel shroud on, and this tips down out of the way, and you get easy access to the 4 blades. The chipping wheel is driven by a double V-belt. This gives really smooth transmission of power to the wheel, but it also limits the amount of slipping. As with any PTO-driven attachment, safety is always a key concern. You want to make sure that you're wearing proper PPE and that you stay clear of any of the moving parts. Since this is a simpler chipper that does not have an inlet roller, you want to make sure that you're not wearing baggy clothes or anything that could get caught on the material as it's fed in. And you just want to keep a firm footing and be aware of your surroundings. Okay, so I wanted to show you the results of our chipping here. We chipped both dead and dry popple and also dead oak. So it did a really good job of chipping the disc diameter in conjunction with having 4 blades. Makes a really nice fine mulch. So the chip size, most of these are under 1/2 inch. That's really nice. Not only can you use this for mulching in gardens and flower beds or whatnot, but also it'll break down fairly quickly too if you just want to leave it in the forest and let it rot. So we chipped for approximately 30 minutes. I didn't chip anything larger than 3 inches. And we have a pile here that's approximately 5 foot in diameter and maybe about 1 foot deep in the middle. So the productivity I thought was really good. You definitely see limitations with this much horsepower. We're using it below the recommended 25 horsepower. We're down at 21. So I'm really surprised at how well it worked. You definitely have limitations though. I wouldn't chip anything larger than 3 inch that was really hard because there is a possibility of plugging it with that. But it was a good test today to run it on something with lower horsepower so you have a good feeling of how it can work. So I want to talk a little bit about what you can and can't expect from this chipper. Since it's a simpler design and doesn't have an inlet feed roller, there's limitations on what you can actually force into the chipping wheel itself. We're relying on gravity and the drawing or the pulling of the material to actually get into the chipper wheel itself. Material that's this shape, especially if it's stout, is not going to feed well into the chipper. This is wider than 5 inches and it's too hard, so it's not going to break. So this is something that you wouldn't be able to chip in this chipper. And we were able to chip up to about 3 inch, I would say. The harder the wood, and of course, the longer the length of the piece of wood that you're chipping, it'll determine how well it handles it. But we were able to get chunks of wood that were about this size through this chipper, even with the limited horsepower that we had. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check back as we make more videos, and as always, give us a call or check out our website if you have any questions.